So I'm just doing a little bit of an inspection here to see where I need to take material out of this opening right here, and it appears that it's just the sides, this side there and that side there. The top and the bottom seem to have some clearance to them, so I think it's just the sides here. So I have a very fine tooth file. I'm just gonna file away on these sides a little bit, very slowly, very softly, and get this dialed in so that our little trim ring here fits in that slot better. So let me get cracking on that, okay? Alright, I think we've got a pretty good fit there. We've got just a little bit of play. It's less than a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. So I think that'll work. It's at least a good start. So we may have to tweak on that a little bit, but to really know, we got to go put the gauge bezel back into the truck with the radio in there, and then put our trim ring back in place. Alright guys, well it got dark again, but I've got it installed, I've got it turned on. I've been listening to it, I know that it works, but I'm going to demonstrate it for you now. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't want to, you know, turn it on and have the radio on and then some song comes on and then I get a copyright infringement notice. So I've already set it to Bluetooth. It's running through my phone, and I'm going to play one of the royalty-free songs that I use in my videos every now and then, or quite frequently really. So here we go. So everything works. I've checked both the speakers and the dash are working just fine. There's one thing that's really bugging the hell out of me. You can read on here, hopefully you can see, if not I'll throw a still picture up. On this side it says volume. On this side of the bezel it says selector. But if I adjust this knob, that's obviously the volume knob. So I've got an idea on how to fix that. So I'm going to take the radio back out. We'll go into the garage, back on the workbench, and I'll show you how I'm going to take care of that. Okay, so I have you facing the radio as if you were sitting in the vehicle and operating the radio. So let's agree right now that this side, we'll call this the right shaft, and if there was a knob on there, it would be the right knob. This side would be the left shaft and the left knob. And this will come into play here in just a minute. I'm going to read you some excerpts from the instructions themselves. This first one here is actually from the installation instructions portion. And here's what I'm going to read you. It says, note, each of the shafts can operate on either side of the radio and are not left-right dependent. So this shaft on the right can be moved over here. This shaft on the left can be moved over here, and they're effectively symmetrical. This is not necessarily the volume control shaft, even though you saw in the last clip that the right shaft controlled the volume level, and the left shaft controlled adjusting the frequency between radio stations or adjusting between tracks via Bluetooth or USB. So let me read you another excerpt from the instructions. This is on page 16. That last one was on page 10. So page 16, it says turn the left front knob to adjust the volume attenuation. This, in my opinion, is the left front knob facing it as you are right now. This is the left shaft and the corresponding left knob if the knob was on there. Well, like I just said, and what you just saw, this shaft and this knob on the right side controlled the volume. So it's not just a matter of me being OCD about having the knobs and the script that's written on the bezel making those jive. It's that the function of each shaft and each knob does not jive with what's written in the instructions. Nonetheless, I think I have a solution for this, and at this point it's theoretical. We'll have to test it in a minute. But each shaft has a, obviously a wire and a plug on each side of the radio. Now these plugs, they're almost exactly like the old phone connectors, but there's plenty of lead here. So what I'm going to try, and again this is theory, is to reroute these wires. So instead of plugging the right shaft plugging in on the right side of the radio, I'm going to take the wire, route it to the right side. So I'm sorry, left shaft routed to the right side, taking the right shaft and routing the wire to the left side. So again, this is theory. We're going to have to take it back to the truck and plug it in to test it, and that's what we're going to do next. Alright guys, I've been out here testing it. My theory worked. Switching the wires back and forth has placed this knob as the volume control knob. This knob is now the selector knob. So let me switch. I think I'm on radio right now. So we just tap this one, auxiliary 1, auxiliary 2, Bluetooth. So we'll get to my phone, turn the volume up. So my knobs line up with what's written here on my bezel. This knob over here would adjust to the next song. So we just give that a twist. So that all works. Okay, so the installation of this Retrosound Hermosa radio, it's all finished. So it was really a pretty simple installation. This is kind of a universal fit unit. I mean, you saw those shafts could be slid side to side, even up and down. There's a lot of adjustability to it. So there's things that I had to do to make it fit this old Chevy C10 that you may not have to do. One, to your C10 truck, or if you have a different vehicle, your mounting may be different. Likewise, there's things that you may have to do that I did not have to. So it works great. I've got a few wires that I need to clean up under the dash. I do have the microphone hooked up. Obviously this is a Bluetooth capable head unit, and it is capable of making and receiving phone calls, which in this truck would be real handy because it's a manual transmission. And so if you've ever tried to hold your phone to your ear and drive a manual transmission, it's pretty tricky. And this truck, even with the sound deadening, it gets kind of loud in here. So just setting the phone here in the console on speakerphone doesn't work that great either. So that's a pretty neat feature. I have the microphone mounted here to the dash. It has plenty of lead to the cable, and I think they intend it to go up on a sun visor. and I don't have sun visors installed just yet. Those are pieces that I need to order. But even if I did, I don't think I would mount that on my sun visor. I would really like to mount that somewhere a little bit more discreet and more of a custom mount, because as it is right now, it kind of looks dated. And by dated, I mean like 2003, 2004, when these external mics were kind of popular for hands-free calling. But I would like to custom mount that. But for the time being, it works just fine where it is. So I think that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. All the photos of this project, of past projects, everything, all of the pictures are on my Facebook page, facebook.com/milkcrate82. So if there was something that you need to get a better look at that was not in this video, there's probably a picture of it. Go over to the Facebook page, flip through the pictures, and hopefully you'll find what you need. So again, we're finished up with this video. We do need to put the kick panel speakers in the truck. I got a fresh paycheck in my pocket. I think tonight I'm going to get online and order those up. That will be in a second video, and when that video is complete and published, there will be a little card up in one of these corners to link you over to that video. So once again, guys, I appreciate you watching.